Hey folks, warmest welcomes to the Holy Comforter Episcopal Church YouTube Bible study. You can see I'm bouncing up and down because I'm so excited to talk about the gospel lesson for this upcoming Sunday, August 23rd, Matthew chapter 16, verses 13 through 20. Okay, so to set the stage, Jesus asks his disciples, "Who do the crowd say that I am?" The disciples reply back, some say John the Baptist, some say Elijah, some say Jeremiah. Then Jesus says, "Well, who do you say that I am?" This is when Peter says, "Well, you're the Messiah, the Son of the living God." Great, fantastic, wonderful. Jesus then says, "You are Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church." That is verse 18. Now, there has been more written about Matthew chapter 16, verse 18, than any other verse in the entire Bible. And that's when Jesus says to Peter, you are the rock upon which I will build my church. Which I just think is sort of strange. That here is this moment in which Peter reveals or understands the revelation of God to humanity, that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of the living God, but we make it about a human institution, as it is now all about the Bishop of Rome and the papacy. Obviously, I'm belying my Protestant Anglican roots here, but I would say that this is just, it shows to us how easy it is for humans to make something about God into something about us. And so I would say it is go back and just revel in this revelation that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of the living God. And when Jesus then says, "Upon this rock I will build my church," I don't think it's necessarily upon the person of Peter, but it's upon his acclamation. That is what the church is founded upon. The church is founded upon this acclamation that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of the living God, not just upon the person of Peter. Now, of course, human leaders are important for the church, right? Because we are the ones who have to make that acclamation. We are the ones who continue to work to bend our hearts to God's will. We are the ones who continue that mission of Christ upon the earth. Of course, it is a human institution, but we have to remember that the rock that it's founded upon is this acclamation, obviously first articulated by Peter. So that's one thought I have. The other thought I have is it's kind of interesting when Jesus says, "Well, who do the crowd say that I am?" What I think is it's interesting here, and I didn't even notice it until I just read it yesterday, to think that in my mind's eye, it was always Jesus and the 12 disciples together, constantly, never apart, just absolute buds in that holy huddle. When the fact that Jesus asked them, "Who do the crowd say that I am?" shows that the disciples must not always be together with Jesus. They must be walking around, probably doing some work, running errands, if you will, practicing their craft and their vocation. And that means that there's a buzz out there about Jesus that then is passed along back to Jesus by the disciples, which I think is also another really good image of the church. That it can't always just be all of us all together in the church all the time worshiping Jesus. It actually has to be more spread out. And that's another image of mission, that we go out to do the gospel work, but then we come back in to be refed and re-energized. And the church then is an organism that lives and breathes and moves. So during this time, especially of the COVID pandemic, when we can't all be together, take heart, take joy in the fact that the disciples have always been moving in and out with Jesus, in and out with one another. So I would love to hear from you. Send me an email, jimmy@holycomforterspring.org, or a comment here in the comment section. I'd love to continue talking about Matthew chapter 16. And you know what? Verse 18, obviously, like I said, it's the piece of scripture that has had the most commentary written on it. And, well, we're just going to keep on going with that. Hope you all have a great week. Enjoy church. Many prayers to you. And I pray for each of you that your hearts are continually open to that great revelation that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of the living God.